Alright everybody, if you're a big fan of Crosman or Benjamin and you don't like their triggers, I think you found the right video. Now before I go saying anything bad about the other ways of modifying a trigger, or Crosman trigger or Benjamin trigger, I want to tell you that if you watch the other videos about buying a RC bearing, you're basically wasting money. And that's what it comes down to. Plus, you're gonna, if the place that you ordered it from doesn't have them in stock, you'd have to wait weeks, maybe, I don't know. But so let me go ahead and disassemble this air rifle. I'm going to disassemble it from the stock, and I'll show you what all you have to do. And this basically is a mod, trigger job, basically for free. I mean, it's literally for free. You probably already have all the stuff to do this at home, and you don't have to worry about spending any money at all. And you can do it within a couple minutes. It doesn't take that long. That's how long it took me to do this. So, all right, let me go ahead and disassemble this, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now that the gun is out of the stock, basically all you have to do is just remove the trigger only. That's all you have to do. And to do that, there is, let me show you the other side real quick, that way you know. Excuse me, this trigger has a pin that sticks out the left side a little bit, and it's got a slot up in here. So this is the way you know if it's the same trigger system you got if you want to do the mod to your gun. Like I mentioned before, it covers some models of the Benjamin and a lot of models of the Crosman. So this is the Crosman Phantom. So the Fury and I think the Trail XP from Benjamin is one of them. But you just have to look at the trigger configuration. So what we're going to do is on this trigger, since you only have to remove the trigger, there is a clip holding this trigger in. It's right here, and it's kind of hard to see, but you have to pop that clip off the trigger pin. So that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, now that we got that clip off, the pin will fall right out, and there's your pin. Here's your trigger. So let's take a look at this trigger here. Alrighty. So in this trigger, there will be a pin right here holding a spring. The pin is gone in this hole, the center hole here where my thumb's right there. There's a pin with the spring that puts tension on the trigger for your first stage. It causes all that extra creep. Pull that pin out and pull the spring out, and that's it. Now, to loosen up the actual poundage on the trigger pull, like I said earlier, people have been putting a bearing in this slot right here. You pull this pin out right here. This one right here that's sticking out, the one that holds in that slot. And people's been putting a RC bearing in there. I'll tell you the truth, there is no point in putting an RC bearing in there. It has no purpose. The bearing doesn't make anything roll. It's just there as a bushing. So what I did was I took a ballpoint pen tube like this one and figured out how much space was in between the inside the trigger here. You could probably barely see it. It was a gray tube because it's kind of hard to see, but I figured out how much space was in there, so I cut a piece off a tube that was a ballpoint pen, the case of the ballpoint pen. I cut up about that much off a tube, and I fit it inside this trigger and put that pin in there. And that's all you need, and I'll show you how easy this trigger is to pull. It's about a 1 pound, 1.5 pound hair trigger, really. And the reason why it's that way, because if you guys don't know, Benjamin and Crosman do have an adjustment screw for the second stage, which reduces the second stage. So let me go ahead and put this back together, and I'll show you how light the trigger is. Okay, I forgot to mention with this setup, as I'm using the cutting up the pin tube to add to the trigger, it makes the safety work. So this has no problems with any modifications you do to it. with that pin casing using as a bushing. Everything works still. It's just a lighter trigger pull. And on this gun, I actually modified the, well, I didn't modify it, I adjusted the second stage screw so the gun actually goes off within a short trigger pull also. So check this out. Watch the scale. The bottom of the scale is in kilogram, or yeah, kilograms, and the top part, the top ring here, that's pounds. So let's pull gently. That was 1 pound. Let me do that again for you guys. 1 pound trigger pull. And the reason why I'm covering this, my pellet gun, the end of the barrel, in a blanket, because this thing cracks even without a pellet in it. So you don't want to dry fire it too much, blow your seals. But this gun's been a warrior. I actually picked this up at Walmart like 3 years ago. The packaging was all tore up, and the manager let me have it for $60 when they wanted $100 for it. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna scoot you guys over to the scale again, get you a better view of the scale. Okay, we're loaded. That's ridiculous. 1 pound, guys. 1 pound trigger pull. So I hope this makes your air gun more accurate. This is what a lot of people have been saying. It's been causing their accuracy to fail with these air guns. And I mean, a Springer air rifle is going to be less accurate than a PCP any day. But you know, even with before the mods, I was getting 3 to 4 shots in a size of a quarter at 25 yards with this gun. So it's an accurate gun, but now it's going to even be more accurate. So alrighty, well, I hope this mod helped. Like I said, it's free if you have a pin in your household. If not, you can just go buy a pin or take a pin from some office or something. It's no big deal. All you need is just a tube anyway to make the bushing. Like I said, it's pretty much free. Other than that, there is nothing else needed. You do not have to go and buy a RC bushing, because I thought about this for a while, and there was no point in me driving all the way to the hobby store to do this if they didn't even have the bushing and I had to order or something. But anyways, like I said, that bushing has no purpose. So alrighty, well, I hope you liked the video, and I hope you try this mod out for yourself. I know a lot of people have been already doing the RC bearing mod. So yeah, alrighty guys, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.